Peace, everyone. My name is Askaripour. Others know me as FifthGod, and this is the first episode of my new podcast, Masters of Ceremony. This is a platform I've wanted to create for some time now. I would say for about probably 2 to 3 years, I've had the dream of creating a podcast. And after the release of my first album as a record producer called The Fifth Tape, after successfully releasing that in early January of 2019, I felt like I finally had the space to really sit down and map it out the exact way I wanted to facilitate and create this new platform of mine. So for those who don't know me, I'm a creative and artist from Long Island, New York. I am deeply passionate about photography, cinematography, music in all of its processes, plant medicine, spirituality, travel, and knowledge of all sorts. Really a student of life before anything else. And I feel like that's also a deep inspiration behind the beginning of this podcast, is to continue learning myself, for one, but to create episodes and conduct interviews that can hopefully impact others in a positive way, just like so many other podcasts have for me. So the title Masters of Ceremonies was an inspiration behind the title that early hip hop artists would assume, being referred to as MCs, standing for Master of Ceremonies. And for me to create that intersection between that hip hop tie, but also my deep love, passion, and respect for different ceremonial ways of living of and from those who came before us, has been, for me, the perfect merging of two different realms that I find myself in between. A couple years ago, I had the honor and fortune to begin learning from different cultures and learning different forms of ceremony and actually building a relationship with this act of ceremony itself. And I can truly say that it has been a deep path of remembrance for me, because for me, ceremony is an act of conscious and intentional awareness into not only your surroundings and your environment, but what is going on within you. And of course, it can be for celebration, and it can be for remembering certain things and honoring certain things. It can also serve as a deep moment of contemplation and healing, and a time to remember that we all have things that we need to sit back and look at. And for me, although it was through the path of plant medicine ceremonies, from that point on, I've learned that obviously all of life is a ceremony. We all have things that we do ritualistically and religiously every single day. And for me, this podcast serves as a chance to conduct a mini ceremony for every episode that I have and every guest that I bring onto this platform. So this podcast is being birthed by my deep love and passion for podcasts themselves. I can easily say that I listen to podcasts now in my adult life as much as I listen to music. And this medium has been so fulfilling for me as a listener, because I just enjoy learning from listening to people share and have dialogues that are deeply passionate about whatever topics they're discussing. And for me, that is one of the best ways that I learn, from observing two people or more who have a deep interest in learning from one another. And I believe that's how I best conduct myself in life, to openly sit with somebody who may know more than me about something, or may have a different take than me about something, and really see what I can receive from them and hear about their story, their teachings, their experiences. I'm not someone who likes to only rely on the things that I've learned throughout my path. I actually need and crave the input of others to also share things that they've been through. So for me, the creation of this podcast is serving as an opportunity for me to document some of the everyday conversations I have with people in my life who I deeply respect, love, and admire. And I can only hope that some of the guests that I bring up here are of interest to you, the listener. And I know it will be of interest to many people who know me personally, who are very curious about the different creatives and artists and just beautiful people that I try my best to surround myself with. So the different topics you could expect to be hearing on this podcast and on this channel are centered around my own interests, as I've said, but specifically when it comes to hip hop, music creation, art in general, photography, cinematography, health and wellness and nutrition, spirituality, plant medicines, travel, relationships, just life in general through my own lens. And I'm going to try my best to be as consistent as I can with this platform. And I'm going to try my best to also receive input from all of you who have a suggestion for me. I don't want this to be a closed loop platform where it is just me coming up with the ideas. I think that it's very important for me to create a community out of this platform and to have people engaging in the comments, and to also, for me to learn myself. I am so open and willing to people leaving a comment, maybe correcting me on something or suggesting me to look into a certain topic or a certain book. And I really want to encourage all of those who are going to take this journey with me to take the time to interact with this platform. Leave a comment, subscribe, share with a friend or family member, and don't be shy to contact me if you have a certain topic you would like to see me discuss, or a certain individual who you know that I know and who you would maybe want to hear a more in-depth conversation from. So although I plan on revealing a lot more of my personal journey and path through this podcast, I'm going to do my best to also create some videos for YouTube where I can go a little bit deeper into my own personal journey. But regardless, all of you who don't know me will get to know me a lot more through this podcast. And I really hope that those who I bring on to interview on this podcast can serve as teachers for you, in a sense, because I know that everybody I'm going to be bringing up here is a teacher to me in some way, a teacher for me in some way. And that is one of the principal motives behind the beginning of this podcast, is to share beautiful, nourishing, healing, insightful, entertaining, and interesting information to those who are in alignment with some of my own beliefs and interests. So this is a big journey for me. I am doing my best in this current time in my life to be more self-expressive and to not hold anything back, and to really continue to learn who I am as a person and who I am becoming, and also who I've been, and to really strengthen and go deeper into this contemplation that I've been meditating on for some time now. So like every other project I have worked on throughout my life, for those who are familiar with my work in music and photography and film, this is also serving as just additional experiences on my journey, which I hope to be open and vulnerable about. And I will do my best to share openly and honestly with all of you regarding everything that I deem appropriate to share. So I want to thank you all for tuning in This is a very short first episode. I'm all about long form content, and for those who are expecting 20-minute or 30-minute interviews, maybe you'll get one of those every now and then, but I really want to go deep with my subjects and my guest, and I don't want to have any fast food education or dialogues on this program. So for those who love long form content and interviews, Masters of Ceremony will definitely provide you with that. And I hope to consistently release content as best as I can. So thank you all for tuning in. You can expect a lot of really great episodes in the coming weeks. I've had the fortune of interviewing some of my closest friends and also other acquaintances who I've deeply respected for some time, but haven't had the chance to meet yet. I've gotten to interview on this platform as well. So please continue to tune in, follow us on Instagram at The Masters of Ceremony, subscribe to our YouTube page where you're watching or listening to this now. Please subscribe to us on all the podcast channels. And please, if you can, leave a review after listening to this podcast or listening to some of the ones that are coming up in the coming weeks, because that really does help us grow our platform. And as I said earlier, this is going to be a community. I am not doing this alone whatsoever, and I'm completely open to all advice, suggestions, critiques, done respectfully, of course. And yeah, let's create a family out of this. And this is a really big beginning step for this next journey I'm on. So thank you all for tuning in to this episode. Feel free to reach out anytime, and much love, many blessings. Welcome to Masters of Ceremony.